Welcome back to the third installment of the Tiger I Restoration Diorama. In this episode, we'll be tackling the brand new 3D printed tracks kindly provided by Old Dad's Modeling Mess. These tracks are the next big step in bringing this restoration to life, and maybe the key to saving my sanity after those Takum guide horns. So, sit back, relax, and let's get started with these test fit, clean up, and install these detailed 3D printed beauties. As always, I'll share my thoughts, tips, and a few laughs along the way. Now, this is going to be my last peaceful voiceover, though I'm sure the ice machine might sneak in for a cameo. The Hawks are in the air over New York. Just an hour and 45 minutes away. It's a good thing I cleaned the house. From making their grand return and possibly interrupting this very recording. So, yeah, that means I'm within 1 hour and 45 minutes radius of New York City. Maybe Vermont? Too cold. Georgia? Too far. New Jersey? Well, I was born and raised there, but nope. Guess we'll just keep it a mystery for now. Alright, enough guessing games, let's get to the video. This is my first time using 3D printed tracks, and I've got to say, it's pretty wild. When I first got them, they were really soft, almost like rubber. Turns out Mr. Dad prints these with water washable resin, and I don't know much about the different resins. So I gave them a rinse, and well, as you can see, they curled up a bit, got a little scared, but luckily not the tracks themselves. And once they dried, they hardened up nicely. Now, Mr. Dad recommended using 0.50mm rods for these tracks, and I did order some, but thanks to that lovely Amazon AWS outage, they're running a day late. Luckily, I dug through my stash of styrene, and I think I just got enough to do one side, so I can at least show you how these beauties go together. Now, these rods don't exactly slip right in. Unfortunately, I had to grab a drill and remount the holes a bit to make them fit. They do go in, but it's definitely time consuming. Then again, so is pretty much everything on this build. But hey, who wants an easy kit anyway? Sometimes the struggle is what makes it better, right? Full model tracks would have been the same process, honestly. Lots of drilling and pinning, but these don't cost nearly as much, and the best part is you don't have to wait for the post office to deliver them. That's definitely a win. I think it's time I start pinching pennies for a 3D printer of my own. Oh boy, imagine the chaos and all the videos that'll come from that. Speaking of chaos, the Hawks are mid-flight right now, and I really need to stop this voiceover, unfortunately, to get ready to pick them up. It was so nice while it lasted. So it looks like they might make an appearance after all. There's still so much I wanted to say, but hey, duty calls. I'll admit it though. Being a bachelor again for a few days wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. Guess I missed the Hawks after all. Alright, looks like I've got a bit more time for some peaceful recording. Though I'm betting 34 hours of flying will sack them out for a while, so maybe, just maybe, I'll get away with sneaking in a bit more later. Gotta take advantage of the calm while I can. Making some progress here. It's definitely tedious work, but the payoff is worth it. These tracks are looking great. The Takum ones weren't bad either, but it's those separate guide horns were an absolute nightmare, and I did try my best. Funny thing is, I looked at my Takum Stug, and the guide horns are molded on with the same level of detail. So, why didn't they just do that on this kit? Some mysteries of the modeling world may never be solved, so if you know the reason, please let me know down below. The Hawks are just 30 minutes from landing, so I've got to run. But one last peaceful thought on these tracks. The rods I'm using, I'm not entirely sure if they are full 0.50 millimeter because I no longer have them in the plastic holder. And I'm curious if this will get a lot easier once my Amazon order arrives. Still not here yet. I still have quite a bit to go, and for the diorama effect, I'm planning one side partially removed and the other completely disassembled in some kind of container. Should make for a nice restoration scene. Alright, squeezing in one more recording since it'll take a while for them to get the bags, and honestly, I hate going to the airport. So, like a hawk myself, I'll just sit somewhere and await the call. As you can see, these tracks do go on nicely, and the process is definitely getting smoother now that I've got a bit of experience putting them together. Okay, stalled long enough, time to go pick up the hawks. Now, I did clean the house, but I did it to my standards, so I'm sure she won't be happy. But it's nice, I think it's good. The hawks are home, and as expected, all three are sacked out. So now, let's continue. The track assembly process is moving along at a good pace, admittedly a little boring and repetitive, but it needs to be done to make this restoration diorama really shine. Let's ramble a bit about what to do with model boxes after you finish a kit. Are you like me? Do you hold on to empty boxes and sprues? My stash of shame is mostly just empty boxes. I wish it was the other way around, but hey, it is what it is. I even tried to throw them all away once, but I just couldn't do it. Well, I did manage to toss out all the sprues, and of course, immediately thought I could have used those. Classic. A thought did cross my mind, though. I could cut the tops off the boxes and maybe frame them, especially the older ones, but then I realized my wall would be completely covered in boxes. So for now, I'll just hold on to them a bit longer, and maybe one day I will finally let them go. A few frames ago, I found a new package of 0.50 millimeter rod, so I am all set even if Amazon doesn't show up. See, it's good to be a pack rat with modeling supplies, just not with boxes. By the way, I lost my side cutter, so in a pinch, I grabbed a nail cutter. I'm planning to get a proper one, Tamiya cutter, but for now, this actually works surprisingly well. Okay, what else can I say about putting these tracks together? Ream the hole, insert the rod, cut, and move on. Repeat. Honestly, this is shaping up to be my longest ramble to date, but hopefully that makes it more interesting than just listening to me repeat the same steps over and over. From time to time, I'll chime in with some tips and info as needed, so let's get started. What do you do before building a kit? What makes you want to pick a particular one? What inspires you? For me, I mostly build German equipment, but lately I've been branching out. I recently built an Italian tank and even a modern M48 kit. I'd love to try some Japanese and French armor as well. And of course, in the back of my mind, I've got that World War I/World War II What If tank. I want to scratch build that one. A real dream project that I can't wait to bring to life. When I was younger especially, I would envision exactly how I wanted a model to look. Not having the right supplies or tools, it didn't always turn out the way I hoped. Fast forward to today, with all the right tools and materials, sometimes I still can't quite get it exactly as I envisioned. But with my Panzer 38 and Carro Armato builds, I did manage to achieve that goal, so I'm definitely getting better at it. What I'm really trying to say is that experience is key. There's no try, only do, as Master Yoda so wisely said. And that mindset really helps you achieve the goals you've set for yourself. When I was younger, I could hardly finish a single model, and now I'm putting out 2 or 3 a month. What's changed? Mainly is the desire to inspire you, my viewers. That said, I've slowed down a little bit to 1 or 2 builds a month, just to avoid burning myself out. Gotta pace yourself, right? I've received so many nice comments lately, and it really means a lot that you're all enjoying this kind of content. A huge thank you to everyone supporting the channel. I'm not just showing you how I build, I'm hoping to connect with you through what I talk about, sharing the common ground we all have in this hobby. The idea for this type of content, well, let's be honest, I can't exactly compete with, well, to borrow from Harry Potter, he who must not be named. For those who haven't seen Harry Potter, I'm talking about Night Shift. I really enjoy his channel, and honestly, he is one of the people who inspired me to get back into the hobby in the first place. I don't know Uncle Night Shift too well, but I've really gotten to know old Dad's modeling mess, and I think we connected because we're around the same age, and of course we share the same interests. His channel's smaller than mine, and I'm not that much bigger, but I've been doing this a bit longer. So whenever I can, I like to help Mr. Dad out and return the support. After all, we should have and will have a nice community here. At the end of this video, you'll see a short message from him so you can check out what he's all about, so stick around. You'll definitely want to see that. YouTube is a tough business. If people don't watch or click on a video, it won't go anywhere. And if your title or thumbnail isn't right, well, you're basically invisible. That's why people say, "Where have you been? Why haven't I found you sooner?" Anyway, you have to keep at it and upload regularly. It's all part of the process. But if you focus on quality over quantity, people will start to notice you. Who knows, you too could become like Uncle Night Shift. When I started this channel, I quickly decided to make it a bit different. More about the community than just the actual build. Sure, from time to time I'll tell you what I use or how I do things, but for the most part it's about the conversation we share and connecting with you, the viewer. What do you think? I mean, how many times can I say the same thing over and over before it starts to get stale? That's why I like keeping it community focused. It's what keeps it fresh and fun. I mean, how many times can I say, "Here I am for the 55th time showing you how I do my armor texture. First you take the Tamiya putty and then put the glue in it." I mean, it gets a little boring after a while, right? Of course, when I put out a video like my World War I, World War II What If tank, I'll focus mostly on a how-to style video with a bit of rambling thrown in. After all, it's something new and different. But for the most part, my videos are going to be about you, the viewer, and not just the build itself. It's a niche I've decided to focus on, and I hope it's something that really resonates with the community. In fact, at some point, I plan on showing myself on camera. I'm just not set up for it yet. I need a nice background, not the sticker-filled walls my kids left behind, and maybe a little crayon too. So that's something to look forward to in the future. If you're really curious though, some of my older videos' thumbnails do give a glimpse of my ugly mug. So right now I'm just figuring out how many tracks I actually need, keeping in mind that this will be partially on the tank and partially being removed by the restoration crew. So what else can we talk about while we're at it? Maybe tips for handling tricky parts, hobby tools you can't live without, or even just fun modeling stories. From when we were starting out, really anything that makes this hobby more relatable and gives you some insight while we work on this build. You know, I've been dropping parts left and right lately. Not just the little bits either. Entire hulls. I don't know what's going on with me. It's like gravity has a personal vendetta. During a model build, you can usually find me crawling on the floor, flashlight in hand, doing a full pattern grid search like a crime scene investigator. And you know how it goes. you'll drop the same part multiple times just to study the bounce pattern. And yes, the classic 45-degree ricochet into the carpet void. It's getting bad. I mean really bad. I'm half tempted to start building on the floor just to save time. That's actually a good idea. I swear, one of these days I'm going to find a missing part from that build I did in 1994. It's probably sitting there next to the long-lost road wheel and a bit of my sanity. And here's the real kicker. I'll spend 20 minutes looking for a part I just dropped, only to find a part dropped from my last build. I've got a whole archaeological dig going on down there. Layers of plastic, history buried under the bench. I'll be honest, I can't vacuum anymore. It's just too risky. One wrong move and there goes the one tiny irreplaceable part into the great abyss. So now I'm walking around carefully like I'm in a minefield. And don't even get me started on the stuff I do step on. Toothpicks, broken grab handles, bent photo etch. It's like a booby-trapped carpet. Every time I feel that sharp jab in my foot, I just tell myself, well, that one's gone south for the winter. I finally had to break down and run the vacuum, and the noise it made with all those tiny parts rolling up inside, oh man, it sounded like I was vacuuming a box of Legos and broken dreams. You could hear every road wheel, every track link, and every forgotten grab handle getting sucked into the void. I just stood there frozen thinking, well, there goes about 3 months of spares. Good news, once I get this track all wrapped up, we'll be on to paint. I'm planning to start with an oxide primer, then a nice coat of German yellow, and after that, rust. I'm not even going to bother with the camouflage pattern because at the end, you're not even going to see it. It's going to be glorious. Nothing like turning one mighty tiger into a bucket of oxidized beauty. This part is going to be a lot of fun, messy, unpredictable, and probably the moment where I second guess all of my life choices halfway through. But hey, that's modeling. My plans, while this helicopter does fly over my house, for that video will be more of a straight up how-to with very little ramble this time. I want to show step by step how I do it, keep it clear, and still sneak in a bit of my usual nonsense here and there. A few people have really enjoyed this build so far, so I want to break it down properly for you. Unfortunately, Mr. Dad won't have a message in this video. Boo! But he will be chiming in down in the comment section instead. I'll definitely be doing more collaborations with him in the future, and those should be a lot of fun. So, 3D tracks. Honestly, I am loving the idea so far. I really can't wait to get a machine of my own. I can already picture it. Hours spent trying to get that perfect print, followed by more hours just waiting for the awesome stuff to finally come out. If I had one, I could probably print the entire diorama. Workbenches, tools, everything. The ideas are just endless. If only I could manage to create my own prints too. But hey, one step at a time, right? You know, I've always been a fan of the older kits. Don't get me wrong, I still love them and they definitely have their place, but I am slowly joining the dark side. Good. That's my best impression of the Emperor, sorry. And really starting to enjoy the new technology. Ooh, so much I could do. Alright, we are about to, we're here at the spinning model. Alright, that means my video has ended. I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Dad for the tracks, and a big thank you for my viewers for supporting the channel. Woo! This is a long one, this video. A lot of ramble, but I hope you all enjoyed it. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.